Hi, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks for watching us tonight. The biggest failure of the Obama administration, that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. In order for more than 300 million Americans to have a chance at prosperity, you need a vibrant economy. At this point, the USA does not have one, and that is now on President Obama. As you may know, the president's economic vision is focused on so-called economic justice, giving help to Americans who don't have very much. Providing vast federal entitlements means big spending and big taxation. Also, the president doesn't seem to trust the capitalistic system. Therefore, he has instituted new regulations in the marketplace, and those might be inhibiting business expansion. So, the social justice economic plan is failing. The U.S. economy is stagnant, as are wages for working Americans. Thus, quality of life is going down in this country. Here are the facts to back that statement up. 7 out of 8 jobs created during the Obama administration have been part-time jobs. 54% of American workers make less than $30,000 a year. When Mr. Obama took office, the average duration of unemployment paid to an individual was 20 weeks. Now it's 37 weeks. The number of Americans who have stopped looking for work, now more than 8 million, the highest number in any 4-year period. When Mr. Obama took office, the trade deficit with China was $268 billion. Last year, it had risen to $315 billion. U.S. poverty rate now stands at 16%. That number is higher than when the war on poverty began in 1965. Americans receiving food stamps in the president's first term increased by 11,000 every single day. When Mr. Obama took office, the average price for gas, $1.85 a gallon, now $3.53 a gallon. Finally, health insurance premiums in the USA have increased 29% since the president took office. So, by nearly every measure, working Americans are not in good shape economically. The Democrats put the blame on income inequality and want even more federal intrusion into the economy. Republicans want the exact opposite, the GOP believing that helping private business expand is the key to a more competitive marketplace. Talking Points well understands that wages rise when workers are in demand. Today in America, competition for jobs driving down wages because there are not enough jobs. Only business expansion will turn that dire situation around. Why President Obama doesn't seem to understand that, I simply don't know. And that's the memo. Now for the top story tonight. Opposing point of view with us, Dr. David Callahan, Senior Fellow at Demos, a progressive organization. First of all, do you believe in capitalism, Doctor?
I absolutely do, Bill. And if I were a CEO or a hedge fund guy, I'd believe in capitalism even more because that system has been working great for those people. Corporate profits are near record high. The stock market, we're having this bull market. The stock market's near a record high.
No doubt about it.
The people at the top are doing great. Their incomes have gone way up. The problem is it's the people in the middle and the people at the bottom who aren't doing so well. McDonald's is a great example, right? Their stock has doubled since President Obama took office. But have the wages for McDonald's workers gone up? No, they haven't.
Okay, that's because McDonald's can get people to work there and they don't have to pay more money. I used to own a painting business when I was in college, and I needed 5 guys to work for me in the summer. If I had 9 guys, I could pay the 5 guys less. If I didn't, I had to pay them more.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. So jobs expansion drives wages up.
And what drives jobs expansion is economic demand. And how do you get economic demand? You put more money in the pockets of working people so they have more money to spend. So the McDonald's workers, they don't have extra walking around money.
But
so they aren't able to buy goods and services. So
here's your mistake. Here's a mistake that you and all your socialistic friends make. You can't put money into anybody's pocket. We don't have enough money to do that, all right? You don't put money anywhere. Money is created, wealth is created by private business. And when private business expands, it needs more work. All right? Now, one of the reasons that President Obama and to some extent President Bush ran into kind of a buzzsaw is because of high tech. High tech means a lot of these companies don't need as many employees. All right? So their profits are going to rise because machines do the work that human beings used to do. That's just reality.
Yeah, but Bill, the thing is, it's not just prosperity. It's shared prosperity.
No,
right?
you want it to be shared prosperity because that's your philosophy.
But in the 50s and 60s, it was shared prosperity.
No, it wasn't. It was a robust capitalism. capitalism.
All boats rose together, not just the yachts.
But the government had nothing to do with it.
Labor unions were the key back then, and we don't have them now. That's a big
We have plenty of labor unions. It's just that Americans are opting out because they're so corrupt, many of them. They don't want to be in them. I'm in a union.
But
I kind of like my union after a SAG.
Yeah.
But a lot of the unions are corrupt. Look, what President Obama doesn't understand is that his social justice philosophy isn't working. It's not a bad philosophy.
It's not just a social justice philosophy.
It's not working.
Read his speeches. He wants to invest in education. He wants to
You don't have any money left.
Invest in infrastructure.
There's no more money.
One of the heartbreaking things about this economy is there's all these skilled jobs that aren't being filled. Shortage of nurses, shortage of IT people, factory jobs that require skills.
Because it takes discipline to go and get those jobs.
But it also takes skills.
And education.
And it takes education.
Look, here's another thing.
And Obama has lots of proposals for building skills.
Me off.
Republicans kill every one of them. We're not investing.
Because the Republicans don't want the federal government controlling it, putting massive amount. You want more education spending, correct? Is that what you want, more education spending?
That was one of the drivers in the 50s and 60s.
You, Dr. Callahan, want more education spending. When we have the highest per capita spending on earth. It's not that we don't have enough money in the schools. It's that the families have fallen apart, and there isn't any drive on a lot of the people's parts, the kids' parts, who are in these troubled families to learn anything. More money is not going to solve that.
You know, so much of that education spending goes to the people at the top. Higher education, great example. So the colleges spend a lot of money, and you have these private universities that are so cushy, but a lot of those community colleges that they're teaching the skills people need to know to become nurses, to work in factories, those places are underfunded. And Obama wants to put more money in there.
He doesn't have any money.
And he wants to control costs.
If the president were a baseball manager or a football coach, he would have been fired. This is 5 years, and the economy has not improved at all.
And what's the last time we had a big economic crash? 1929. How long did that take?
It doesn't matter how long
it took 11 years, and the only thing that got us out was the mother of all stimulus packages, which was World War II. So here we are 5 years after the last crash, and you expect Obama to work miracles.
I expect him to become a free marketeer because his socialistic big government stuff hasn't worked.
Come on.
He needs to pivot and try the other stuff.
The federal government is smaller than it was under Bush and when Obama took power.
It doesn't make any difference. They're spending a lot of money, and it's not helping the economy. He needs to go the Reagan way in the 80s. You're a historian. You know what happened there. He needs to try that. Doctor, very stimulating. Thanks for coming in.
Good to be here.
Next on the Rundown, one of the teen